The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, The Witch and the Wardrobe is a beloved fantasy classic. But let's be honest, it's also hilarious. Not intentionally, of course, but that's part of the charm. From the awkward CGI to the over-the-top acting, Narnia is a treasure trove of unintentional comedy. Join me as we explore the lighter side of this magical world, where even the most serious moments are tinged with a hint of absurdity. The movie starts out strong, with the Pevensie children evacuating to the countryside during World War II. They wind up at the sprawling estate of the eccentric Professor Kirk, a place seemingly designed to awaken childhood fantasies and hide magical wardrobes. Already the stage is set for a whimsical adventure. But it's when the youngest, Lucy, stumbles into Narnia through the back of a wardrobe that the real fun begins. Picture this: a magical world populated by talking animals, mythical creatures, and one very dramatic white witch. Sounds amazing, right? And visually, Narnia is stunning. But the execution, particularly when it comes to the CGI, often misses the mark. The result is a delightful blend of awe and amusement. We're transported to a world of wonder, but we're also constantly reminded that we're watching a movie, and a slightly cheesy one at that. Let's talk about the creatures. Narnia is teeming with them, from the majestic Aslan to the fearsome minotaurs. But it's the less imposing creatures that really steal the show, often through sheer awkwardness. Remember the beavers? Meant to be wise and helpful, they end up looking like oversized, slightly confused rodents. And then there's Tumnus, the fawn who befriends Lucy. He's charming, sure, but his furry legs and goat hooves give him a perpetually awkward gait. And let's not forget the battle sequences. Epic in scale, they often devolve into a chaotic jumble of unconvincing CGI creatures. The result isn't terrifying, it's hilarious. It's like watching a medieval battle reenactment staged by a particularly enthusiastic group of LARPers. The sheer earnestness of it all makes it impossible to take seriously. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? Narnia never takes itself too seriously. It embraces the absurdity, the over-the-top moments, the clunky special effects. And in doing so, it creates a world that's both magical and hilarious, often at the same time. No discussion of Narnia's unintentional comedy would be complete without mentioning Edmund and his infamous Turkish delight scene. Edmund, the perpetually grumpy middle child, is easily tempted by the White Witch's promise of sweets and power. And how does he succumb to this temptation? By dramatically stuffing his face with Turkish delight, of course. The scene is a masterclass in overacting. Edmund's eyes widen, his cheeks bulge, and he devours the Turkish delight with an almost manic intensity. It's both hilarious and a little bit disturbing. It's like watching a kid go to town on a Halloween candy haul, except with a dash of betrayal and a side of impending magical winter. The scene is so iconic that it spawned countless memes and parodies, and it perfectly encapsulates the film's ability to find humor in the most unexpected places. Even in moments of betrayal and darkness, Narnia never loses its sense of playful absurdity. And then, there's the White Witch herself, played with icy gusto by Tilda Swinton. She's the epitome of camp villainy, from her dramatic pronouncements to her fabulous fur coats. Swinton chews the scenery with relish, delivering every line with a theatrical flair that borders on the ridiculous. And her costume, let's just say that Cruella de Vil would be proud. But somehow, it works. The White Witch is so over the top, so deliciously evil, that she transcends camp and becomes iconic. She's the villain we love to hate, the embodiment of wintry malice and fabulous fashion sense. And her interactions with the Pevensie children, particularly Lucy, are a study in comedic contrast. It would be easy to dismiss Narnia as a flawed film, a product of its time with special effects that haven't aged well and acting that often veers into the melodramatic. But that would be missing the point. Narnia's flaws are part of its charm. They make it feel real, relatable, even endearing. Because ultimately, Narnia is a story about the power of belief. It's a reminder that even in a world that often feels dark and cynical, magic is still possible. And sometimes the most powerful magic comes from the most unexpected places. It comes from the laughter we share with our siblings, the thrill of a good story, the joy of watching a CGI beaver try to walk on two legs. Narnia reminds us that it's okay to embrace the absurd, to find humor in the unexpected, It's a celebration of imagination, a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. And that's a message that never gets old, no matter how dated the special effects may seem. In a world saturated with slick, CGI-heavy blockbusters, there's something refreshing about a film that's a little rough around the edges. Narnia's imperfections remind us that perfection isn't everything. Sometimes it's the flaws that make something truly special. So, the next time you find yourself watching the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, don't just focus on the epic battles and the grand pronouncements. Pay attention to the little details, the awkward moments, the unintentional comedy. Because it's in those moments that the true magic of Narnia shines through. It's a reminder that even in a world of talking animals and magical wardrobes, it's okay to laugh, to be silly, to embrace the absurdity of it all. And that's a message we can all get behind. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Quirky Critic signing out.